TBT Naruto.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live second round coverage of the US Open Championship. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here to call the action for EA Sports at the US Open Championship. We are at Chambers Bay in University Place, Washington. And Frank, this does not look like any US Open golf course that I have seen.
No, it's quickly getting the respect of many of the golf pundits and writers out there as just this wonderful blend of links and parkland-style golf. It presents so beautifully to the eye, but also it challenges every aspect of your game. And really, you couldn't want for anything more than that when you were going to play a major championship.
Designed by Robert Trent Jones II with breathtaking views of the Puget Sound as well as the Olympic Mountains. That is just a beautiful shot. Second shot, good look at the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting. Another good par.
Second hole now here at Chambers Bay in the US Open, Frank. It's a relatively short par 4.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's easy, though. This is more of a strategic hole. You want to lay the ball up around sort of 270, 280 yards, avoid that big bunker on the left. It is going to leave a short iron in, but the hole bends to the left as well as the slope of the land is right to left. Got to take that into account. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, what do you think about this approach shot here at the second at Chambers Bay?
If you've driven it down the right side, you have a much better view of this green, better access to the flag when it's on the back left. You really want to just avoid that little bunker that cuts in on the right side, and there's a little sort of gut on that left side of the green, where that sort of collects the ball.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just a couple of feet. Yet another birdie and on the march, 7 under for the tournament. Now on to the first par 3 of the US Open here at Chambers Bay.
It's all in front of you. Beautiful view there in the distance. You can see the water. Once again, it does slope a little right to left. Don't have to go straight at the flag here. This one's a little bit of a sleeper.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Oh, my goodness, Frank, that is painful.
Oh, yeah, that's the... You'd rather miss the hole at times, wouldn't you?
Did the job right there. Frank, so often a U.S. Open is defined by difficult par fours. How does the fourth here at Chambers Bay stack up?
Well, Richard, adds to your list here. 495 yards, that says one thing, but the fact that it's anything other than straight, bunkers left and down the right side, plus the hole bends to the right, so this is a very strategic hole. If anything, something slightly left of center, but you're still going to have a lengthy second shot.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
What a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. I'll tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. A former college #1 makes another birdie. Now the fifth hole here at the U.S. Open, and Frank, quite a dramatic tee shot.
Everything's really in front of you. You can see it from the elevated tee, bunkers left and right. That's not really the problem. One of the problems is that bunker just short, smack bang in the middle of this green. So the chances of flying that bunker and stopping on this green down breeze are probably next to none. So you're going to have to go in right or left of that bunker.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, what do we have with the approach shot here at the fifth?
Just got to be cognizant of that bunker. That's you can see it there. That's just central front of this green. You've either got to go around it, or if you're good enough, then you go straight over it. But you've got to have a ton of spin on the second shot. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Frank, now at the sixth, this appears to be a testing par 4 long one.
It is, but once again, a generous fairway. Just use those mounds down the left as an indicator on your line. Hole bends a little bit to the right. Good tee shot, though, and everything is in front of you. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicklaus over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Birdie try up next. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Getting set now over the putt. He'll take par and move on. Well, Frank, what a stretch of tough par fours here at Chambers Bay. Now to the 7th, long uphill par 4 and a lot of trouble to the right.
Yeah, and it's all sand, that's for sure. If you miss the field on the left, then it's all dunes, so take your pick, really. But ideally, that green piece that the superintendent often mows each and every day, that's the place to go. And for a US Open at 508 yards, if you miss that little green strip, then this hole will be hazardous because it's going to play a lot longer than that uphill.
So a little slow out of the gates, but now Frank's starting to pick it up.
Yeah, and into the ebb and flow of the game. We know you can't hit good shots all the time, so if you can just ride out the little bad patches like now, then things can still get up very quickly.
See how they do on this approach. I like the looks of this one. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Well, this hole, the 8th, says US Open all the way. Tee set back to well over 600 yards, Frank, par 5.
Well, it's called high road and low road, so which way would you prefer? I'd rather take the high road and that sort of whip one down the fairway there, hopefully at the 300-yard mark, and you just might make this par 5 and 2, then you can tell all your mates. If you take the low road, you're going to rack up a big number, and you can't tell anybody.
Golf ball. Shout out to Human Torch, superhero obsessive for Marvel, and my girl Brie Larson's got them over. She flames on also with the power of the cosmos.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Now the second shot to the par 5. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Sizable putt from 16 feet. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
And getting ready for the putt. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Moving on here at the US Open, we've seen long par 4s, not unusual, long par 5s, and now we finish this front 9, Frank, with a par 3.
And this is a great example of how a US Open can level the field. Everybody's going to get a tee and a ball here, and this is about hitting your best shot. And this is one hole. If you're struggling a little bit, a little 2 here is going to go in a long way, pushing you around in the right direction.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. He has this for par. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Moving on to the back nine here at Chambers Bay in the state of Washington. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what's the 10th hole all about?
Dunes left and right, hence the name High Dunes. Obviously split the fairway there. But one of the factors of true links golf is you normally get to putt in the calm. The dunes protect this green from all the wind, so a relatively flat putting surface.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Getting set to tee off at the 11th hole, long par 4, 537 yards. Frank, how do you play this hole, with a bazooka?
Yeah, try and take that June out of play, that's for sure. He's gone for a little extra.
Take a picture of me. Come on now.
Grab the fire extinguisher, put out that ball. Fire, it's melting.
Shout out to you, George. And also my girl Brie Larson, Captain Marvel. She flames on too with the power of the cosmos.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
I think this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it, send it. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Now that is a shot that would be replayed over and over.
Oh, yeah!
Frank, we just came off that long par 4 at the 11th, well over 500 yards.
What is that, my girl? Dragon Ball Super. Let's get it, let's go.
This has become a staple at a U.S. Open, the reachable par 4.
Perfect execution.
Yeah, logic would say just grab sort of a mid-iron to a long iron, knock it down, wedge it on there, and have no, no strain, no sweat. But
perfect execution by me.
Like that. Take the head cover off.
Let's go.
Chance it. It's called narrows. Well, the odds are going to be narrow, but you just might hit the green.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Oh, good roll, good putt.
With just 6 holes left to play here at the U.S. Open, we arrive at the 13th. It's a dogleg par 4 to the right.
And in a US Open, obviously 534 yards means if you make a mistake off the tee, the chances of making 4 here are minimal. So fairway first. It is one of the worst fairways on the golf course. You're still going to have a lengthy second shot, and you must avoid the bunker that guards the front of the screen.
Also, with the power of the Cosmos.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Down, little Sheba, down. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
Bogey here yesterday. Chance to better that today. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This hole is really getting the best of them for bogey once again. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Frank, a 5th consecutive par 4 here at the U.S. Open. This is the 14th hole, and I'm guessing by the time you set foot on this tee, you'll know exactly where your game is at.
Oh, this one here, great reward for someone that's driving the ball well. If you can drive it down the left middle, avoid that little one-pot bunker in the fairway, you're going to certainly shorten this hole up. And then you can start to use the contours of this hole too. Right to left.
Ball.
And 546 yards.
And also my girl Brie Larson's got them over. Playing on 2 with the power of the Cosmos.
That's in the fairway. Frank, what do you want to do with the approach here at the 14th?
Just use that, the mounding that's sort of supplied there in front of you, the right side of the screen, maybe kick it towards it. There is a, sort of runoff area to the left, but then all of a sudden you're in the sand. So keep the ball slightly right of center.
Good looking shot right here. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just 5 feet left. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Getting set now to tee off at the 15th here at the U.S. Open par 3, and it stands out because it has the only tree on the golf course.
It looks magnificent, doesn't it? Get your eyes back on the green, Rich. Come on. When they use the short tee for the U.S. Open, just 167 yards. So this is really a hole that the players are just going to eat up if they get the right wind conditions. Just an 8 or a 9 iron from 160 yards for these boys. To a green, that, well, it should be very well received.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Par bid here. Always take that. Good par putt right there. Now to the 16th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, it is pretty short hole. What are the chances to come out of here with a birdie?
Well, you've just come off the short 15th. You can get on a little bit of a run here, providing you get in the fairway first. You're not going to have an overly long second shot here. But once again, this is a precision hole, a little bit like 15. This is a tabletop green, so you're going to have to be right on the money with that second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, what's the danger here on the approach to the 16th, considering the green is really pretty small?
Well, obviously it's a short par 4, so you know that the problem's going to happen up ahead, and that's exactly what it does. This is probably one of the smallest, narrowest greens on at Chambers Bay, and you can see it slopes dramatically from left to right. That has to be taken into consideration with the second shot.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go.
Rich, so often we've seen weird things happen at the US Open. The late Payne Stewart, the ball moving on the 18th green. Too often they push the player closer and closer to the edge, but it's often what defines a champion in our sport.
Well, I think at a U.S. Open, the USGA is testing a player as much mentally, psychologically, as they are physically. And inherent in that is the idea that golf wasn't always meant to be fair. How do you deal with that bad break? You going to let it affect you the rest of the round, or are you going to put it behind you and continue to move forward? A U.S. Open to me, Frank, has always been about kind of the climb up Everest. It's not going to be easy. There will be setbacks along the way. The idea is to make it to the top of the mountain.
And that's why when they etch that name on the trophy, it's there for more than one reason.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Getting set now over the putt. You hate to miss the short ones. Ouch. Just the tap in to finish the hole.
Well read.
Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walk-in golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department of your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole in the golf course.
Come on!
Game's
Golf
about
ball.
when you
Shout
have
out to Human
good rhythm,
Torch.
it just
And
looks
also my girl Brie Larson's got them all.
to hit the ball
Keep
300
flames on
yards
too.
through the air.
The power of the cosmos.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Now the second shot to the par 5. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Good swing, good shot yet again. Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Lining this one up for par. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.
$1,116,000 experience. That is amazing. Exciting and pretty fresh. Yeah, it's perfect by me. Now let's keep it moving. Alright, CBT Naruto. Over and out. And also, today is February 11th, 2020. Shout out to my girl Kefla coming on the Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's 17 days now. To do the countdown, y'all, it's 17 days ago. Yesterday was 18 days ago. 17, I hate to say. And it's going to be amazing, exciting, pretty fresh. She's going to be amazing, exciting, pretty fresh being on there. She is going to be perfect. And I am going to be perfect with her. I'm excited. And my favorite character in Dragon Ball Universe is Goten, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and Gotenks is perfect. Kefla's gonna fit right along with him, so I am excited. And also, this is my birthday month, February. Like I said, she's coming on February 28th. She's coming on during my birthday month. That's perfect also. And my birthday month, February 2020, of course, which is right now, currently. And last week was my birthday on February 4th, 2020. So, address happy birthday to me. That's amazing, exciting, pretty fresh also. And that's perfect, and I'm perfect. And I turned from 22 years of age to 23 years of age. So, that's perfect also. And I just want to tell you now, and that's perfect now by me. So, yes. With all that being said, I just want to tell you now all that. And it's CBT Naruto. Over and out.